In this video, we're going to be installing corner casters in a 600 millimeter or 24-inch wide rack. Part number we're going to be using is 7825-900. The supply includes the 4 corner casters, M8 bolts, clip nuts, threaded blocks. I've also showed you here the tools that I'm going to use: cordless screwdriver, T30, T25 bits for the screws. Now you can do this with the cabinet standing and on leveling feet, or you can tip it back and do it on the floor. This is much easier if you do it with the cabinet laid down, but if you don't have that room, here's a third option. I've just put a 2x4, a block under the front end to prop it up a little bit. Now the other thing that we're going to need to do is remove the bottom screws holding in the installation bracket for the 19-inch rails. In a 600 wide cabinet, this lays over the hole pattern that I need to install the hardware for my corner casters. Once I bring those over, you can insert them right into the corner. You're going to have a tab in the front and a tab on the side. Using your M8 bolt, you want to go through the tab, into the frame, and then into the threaded block, as you see here on the front, then do the same thing to the side. This will lock it into place, and then when I tighten it down, it'll make sure that everything's nice and snug in the corner. Then I'll turn around and do the same thing on the other side. Now, I put the swivels in the front. You could put the swivels in the rear. What you have to be careful of is on the ones that do not swivel, there's a right side and a left side, because those wheels are fixed. So you want to make sure that you're doing that properly, or obviously your cabinet's not going to roll in the direction that you want it to go. So here we are at the back of the cabinet. I was pretty lucky in the way that I put the 2x4 back here, because it put just enough pressure on the rear end that when I put my caster plate in, or the corner caster, it just seated properly and held itself in place, and I didn't need to try to juggle it with my hands as I was doing the hardware. So this is something that I'll know to do next time. And then again, just thread your hardware together to the back, and then I'll go to the side, do the same thing, and then repeat for the other side of the cabinet. Like I said, once you tighten them up, then everything will be good to go. And then we'll return our rail set to the original position. Now the threaded block that's used actually has a small tab that sticks up. I'm pointing to it here. So this is causing an interference right now to move my rails back over that hole that I need. So they're designed to snap away, to snap off and then become level with the frame surface. So now I can move my rail set right back over, access the self-tapping hole, put the screw in the back. I'll do the same thing to the front and to the other side. So this is what your threaded block looks like. The block is actually on one side, and it should be pointed toward the working surface where I'm putting my M8 bolt. That's how you want to marry these together. Another piece of hardware that's in the hardware bag is called a clip nut, and a clip nut is designed to clip into the frame. This is kind of convenient because it allows you to free up a hand instead of holding the fastener. However, you cannot really use these in a 600 wide design because they interfere with the rails. Use the threaded blocks for that. In an 800 wide cabinet, we don't even have to move the rails at all because the hardware is free to access the frame without interference. Thank you for watching.